Hi, Christina Ames here. Welcome to my channel. I haven't made a video in about 2 weeks, maybe. Lots of updates. So my surgery, my vertical, how do you call that? Vertical gastrectomy or vertical sleeve surgery is happening on January 7th. So I have to start going on juice or liquids, basically, not juice. There's no juice at all in this diet. On December 24th, which is Christmas Eve. And I'm European, so we celebrate Christmas Eve, so it's kind of like it's okay. I take it as like a symbolic thing. So, yeah, that's gonna be good. I'm going to Toronto with my mother-in-law, let's say. And I'll be going 2 days before, and then I'll probably stay 3 days after. And yeah, of course, recovery is gonna be interesting and everything. Anyone that doesn't really know like what it is, look it up. I mean, I watched the entire surgery, like a whole bunch of surgeries, but now I kind of regret because I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna do that to me. So anyway, the other thing is I've recently changed my diet pretty drastically. I had been a vegetarian for 17 years, and I started eating fish about 6 months ago, and then I added the rest of the meat, so now I'm a regular meat eater. I would say I feel like more, like, the thing is, I'm not eating like super healthy yet, which I don't think I ever will with my full-size stomach. So after that, I can only really eat like I think it's like 2 to 4 ounces of food per time. So in a way, it doesn't really matter what I eat. It's gonna be small quantities anyway, and I'm just mostly gonna be eating meat and veggies and a tiny little bit of carbs. And then I want to snack. Like snacks are gonna be, I want to do local fruits, so mostly berries and apples, like local stuff. And yeah, the rest, they don't recommend having coffee when you've had the surgery, coffee or carbonated drinks or alcohol. So I'm just gonna stay away from that stuff altogether. A lot of sugar can cause like dumping syndrome, which you can also look up exactly like what it is. It's apparently something to do with the sugar going too quickly into your blood or something. I could be completely wrong, but it makes you feel really sick. So I'm obviously not going to go to a lot of sugar. But I am going to have little treats every single day, because I do think the treat does not have to be junk. It can be like a really delicious cup of tea, or it can be, I don't even know right now. But I don't want to, well, I mean, first of all, after the surgery, I really can't binge anyway. Like, that's going to be out the window. Which also means that a lot of people are saying you should really make sure that you have either therapy or, something that will get you through your need to eat and all your emotions that come when you can't actually eat, when you can't have your fix or for me, it's numbing. It's a lot of numbing. So I'm working with a really excellent life coach online. So I'm going to be, now I talk to her once a week, but then I want to talk to her a bit more often. I think it's going to be 6 sessions. So twice a month, I'm going to have 2 sessions per week. So that's going to be really awesome. And she's going to help me with just like food ideas and, that kind of stuff. Although really, it's going to be pretty basic. Like for breakfast, I'm basically going to eat probably egg, and some type of meat, and a bit of fruit, so like a bit of berries, and then for lunch, a salad with a protein, and really dinner is going to be kind of like a salad and a protein too, but I'm not going to overly plan it, because like I said, on one hand, it doesn't really matter what I eat. Like, you have people that are losing weight and they're eating complete shit, which obviously is not good, and that's why some people are losing their hair and their teeth and stuff like that, which I'm not gonna let that happen. Also, I don't want to eat, like, I'm seeing like grown-ass men eating like 500 to 600 calories a day, which is so crazy that, you can't live like that long term. So I really don't want to have my calories that low, which also means I might not lose as quickly, but at least I will feel good. Well, I mean, who knows? I'm just putting the stuff out there. A good way to get the more calories in is having smoothies. So I'll probably, or I could do like a breakfast smoothie, and I can make sure it's like so many calories and stuff, so that I know that my other meals are, that I get. I want to have at least 1,300 calories a day. So I know a lot of people that have those sleeves will be like, "Are you insane? That's way too much." But to me, 1,200 calories, like that's what I've always known, is basic body function. Like your brain needs those calories, your heart, your digestion takes up so many calories, like everything that needs 1,200 calories to function. Otherwise, you're not doing a good thing. I mean, short term, yeah, you're losing weight, that's great and all, but long term, you're not gonna feel good. So I also don't want my body to kind of go in this like starvation mode, where I can eat like a peanut and go, so I don't want to do that. So I really want to keep my body at a good amount of calories. Like for now, 1,200 is obviously basic. So I want to do like 13 or 14. Like that would be perfect. So if I could do like a pretty big smoothie and then just drink it from when I wake up till, when it's finished, and then I can have lunch and dinner, like that would be perfect. Yeah, other than that, I have been looking into a lot of, just doing research on a lot of different diets, like the carnivore diet or the raw meat diets are so crazy. So I've been looking at this on YouTube. This guy's name is SV3RIGE, Sverige or whatever. I don't know how he calls himself, but this guy's totally crazy. He eats raw meat, blood, raw eggs, raw milk, and rotten meat, which they call high meat. It's totally crazy. But the thing is, he's got super interesting ex-vegan interviews. People that have been vegan anywhere from 6 months to 20 years, and everything in between. It's so interesting to see how people are following exactly this path. They go from vegetarianism, they go to veganism, they go to like low carb or low fat, like low carb, high fat, high carb, and then they go to fruitarianism, and this is like the last stage, and then their bodies go into starvation, they look disgusting, they start like having like the AIDS cheeks, It's so terrible. And then from there, they all often go to meat, because they're like, okay, I'm so deficient, I'm so skinny, and they start losing their teeth. And then, so this guy, Sverige or whatever, he's made a lot of videos on healthy looking vegans. Like, I think they're called veganism is malnourishment or malnutrition or something. Really interesting. Like, I'm telling you, I watched that video yesterday and paused every time he went to another sick-looking vegan, and I looked up that vegan, looked up what they look like today, and they just look terrible. They look so terrible. And they're like on all these supplements, and some of them like, I don't even want to mention names because I honestly don't want to be on this person's radar at all for critique and stuff like that. So I'm not going to mention him. But this guy is like eating like oysters and oyster juice and stuff. And I commented on some of his videos saying like, okay, why are you even vegan? Like, if you know that the vegan diet is not sufficient, why are you even on it? Why torture yourself? And again, he looks super skinny and malnourished with these hollow cheeks. Why would you want to look like that? And it's so funny too, because a lot of the vegans on the Sverige's video, they look normal before. They have round cheeks, they look healthy, they have a glow, and then suddenly you see them like 3-4 years later with their hollow cheeks and their skeletal. Oh man, it's so ugly. That cannot be health. That is not a symbol of health. When you see an animal like that, you're like, damn, that animal is starving. Like, put it out of its misery. That's what when you see a cow or a dog all, skinny like that, you're like, oh my god, it needs food. So I just don't get why people don't get it. Like, it's, we've been eating meat for thousands of years, Maybe we ate it maybe we ate it raw, and that's why this guy, I think he's from Ukraine or something, that's why he is eating the raw meat, and I get it. I just, like, I feel like, okay, it's fresh kill. Like, if you kill a deer and then eat its organs, I'm sure it's very nutritious for you. I can imagine it tasting good, but I'm sure it's very nutritious. But then what they're doing is just going to a supermarket and buying a liver and eating the liver. It's so freaky. And then he's just like kind of tasting it to see if it's safe. But, whew, like, I could probably do raw eggs. Like, one day I'd love to have some chickens and have raw eggs, or fresh eggs myself. Sure, I will crack one of those and gulp it down. And like, even a lot of the vegan, ex-vegans on those interviews are like, they've been so deprived from like nutrients. Suddenly they have an egg and they're like, ooh, they get like a high, So I definitely get that. And then I've also been watching Michaela Peterson. She is Jordan Peterson's daughter. So if you don't know who Jordan Peterson is, where have you been? She is super interesting. She started a channel. She only has 2 videos, and I told her, hey, girl, make more videos. Because she's super interesting. Really beautiful girl. Like, she looks really healthy. And she has been eating only beef for the last year. So, and she is doing okay. Like, she did her blood work. She's not deficient in... But the thing is, she was extremely sick before. She had lots of autoimmune diseases and really bad depression and stuff like that. So she was deficient in some stuff, but things are getting better from eating just beef. And she doesn't eat it raw. She does cook it. So I'm just like, wow, like that's really interesting. And the way she looks eating only beef, the vegans that eat only fruit, like, it's like not even, like, you can't even compare it. She looks amazing, and they look like starving African children. As horrible as that sounds. But, yeah, so I know that it makes me feel a little bit more comfortable eating meat, because and she's 27, she's like my boyfriend's age, right? And she's been eating meat for just a year, a whole year. And then apparently Jordan Peterson also eats, only beef or whatever, because he has the same, so obviously they have some genetic things going on there. I'm not saying that I want to eat only meat, I'm just saying that, and she also doesn't have scurvy, which most people are like, okay, how do you not have scurvy after eating just meat, right? So she did some research, and what she found is that glucose, so sugar, and vitamin C compete. So if in your diet you have absolutely no sugar, your vitamin C goes a long way. It doesn't get depleted as quickly. But then I'm also wondering, why don't you just like drink a lemon water and have some vitamin C? Like, squeeze the juice. You don't have to eat the lemon, obviously. And just put it in a cup and drink it up. Like, I don't know why they can't just do that. But then she claims that a lot of simple foods even give her problems. But I mean, I don't think, I'm not like that. I mean, I do have autoimmune diseases. Clearly, I have diabetes, IBS, and I probably have like celiac. So I have my share of autoimmune diseases, but I don't know why. And then a lot of these guys, they claim that we're not designed to eat plants, which I'm like, how are we not designed to eat plants? I think we're designed to eat many, many, many different things. But yeah, still trying to figure it out. And anyway, just lots of interesting stuff to look into if anyone is interested in looking up any of those diets and those videos. Also, there's a video which is super interesting. It's all of these all these herbivores eating meat. So it's like a giraffe in Africa chewing on a carcass, and it's actually like eating the meat off of the bone. Cows like eating up a bird, or what else was there? Cows, horses eating frogs, like just chewing up the whole animal in their mouth. Like, oh, monkeys are brutal. They just like rip each other apart. They're crazy, very cannibalistic. But maybe they don't. I don't know if they eat their own kind. But, and I mean, of course, that's kind of logical though, because if you're living in a climate, there's only fruit. Like, this is seasonal, right? So then what are you going to do the rest of the time? Fast? No, you're going to grab an egg, or grab bugs, or grab a bird, or a monkey, or something like that. That's what they eat. And I really feel like that's what us too, because, my dad has told me for so many years, oh yeah, there's all these tribes. they eat only bananas. Okay, bananas also. There's like a season for bananas, and then when the bananas are gone, what do? So obviously, in my opinion, they went fishing, or they ate exactly bugs, or birds, or eggs, or things like that too, And I feel like that's why we are, we have this rounded diet of a bit of everything. But I actually think that meat has a bigger role than we realize. And these vegans it's such a cult, and they really they're so hard on each other. Like, you see them like, you're not vegan enough. No, you're not vegan enough. It's so crazy. And they're clearly not healthy. None of them are thriving. None of them are and then, oh my god, I watched Freely's videos with her hairy legs sitting there in some, I just feel bad for her. And she became hardcore feminist, and she's dissing all these men and blah blah blah, and how men made her put her feet in tiny shoes, and I'm like, okay, and then she's talking about how, I don't even know, I don't even want to say it because it's vulgar. Basically how she doesn't want to shave her crotch, and her legs. I'm like, okay, well, sure, don't shave your crotch, but at least the legs. She looks, I don't know, it's not pretty, but hey, not judging, to each their own. I guess I am judging. I'm just saying, for personal preference, I think it looks hideous. Yeah, no, it's kind of crazy out there. It's kind of crazy. And then a lot of vegans, vegans are dropping like flies. Oh, this guy is now eating salmon, and that guy is now eating eggs, and this person. It's like they understand that their diet is deficient, but then my sister too. My sister eats meat now too. She had to tell one of her hardcore vegan friends who goes to Whole Foods and protests and puts roses on the meat and stuff to crazy people. She had to tell her because the girl was hosting a. Sorry, 1 second, Mom. I'm making a video. I'll be there in a moment. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Maybe I will finish this rant later. Okay. Thank you for watching this video, and subscribe to my channel, and also press thumbs up. Thank you. Bye for now.